Beatriz, your host here on Beatriz Book Nook, and Klaus obviously is always in my videos, but today we're going to do my vlog for the 8 books, 8 friends. But because I DNF'd the book, I am actually going to be doing a little bit of a talk. It's going to be a little bit of a different video, but first I still want to shout out the booktuber that gave me the recommendation. So because of that, let's first watch the video together and then I will start talking about the book.
Hi Beatriz, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this video project and to recommend you a book. I had to go look at my shelves, see what I loved, see what you haven't read, and I found a romance that I think you will like. We have agreed on a lot of romances before, so I think maybe we will agree on this one as well, and it is Will They or Won't They by Ava Wilder. This book was very close to being on my best books of the year. It was so close. If I had an 11th spot, this would have made it. I really liked this Hollywood romance, and I hope you do too. It follows Shane and Lila. They did a show together for many, many years. They dated during the first season, broke up, and it caused a lot of tension on set. Layla left, did some other projects, but is now coming back for their last season of the show. And they have to try and figure out how to work together again and do sparks fly again. Potentially. I hope you love this as much as I did, and I hope you have a wonderful time reading some of your friends' favorite books.
Okay, now that we have finished watching Brittany's video, I was so excited when I saw this recommendation. Not a lot of friends recommended me a romance book. Most of them actually recommended fantasy because I know it's normally something that I go for, so it's better to recommend me a fantasy. You will probably get a better result. But let's now talk about my thoughts about the book, or the percentage that I got to, and why did I end up DNFing. Spoiler alert, it's a me thing, not a thing from the book, because I really enjoyed what I read, or enjoyed enough what I read. Let's talk about first until what percentage I got in the book. So if I'm not wrong, I got until 25% of the book. My Goodreads is not like right. It says there that I got into 3%. I didn't. I got to almost 30% actually. Why did I decide to DNF the book? So the main reason is because at the moment I am not vibing with romance. As I said before, it's a me thing, not a thing from the book. I cannot put up with romance right now. I found it a little bit cringe. I don't connect with the book as much as I was before. I actually was having a hard time connecting with the characters. But let's first talk about the percentage that I read from the book. Why did I decide to DNF this book? First things first, because I am not in my romance era. I think I am very far from it right now. I am not enjoying romance books. I actually try to avoid them at the moment, especially if they contain smut scenes. But I don't know if this book was any smut, but I would assume that it was an adult book, so because of that I would assume that there is some sort of spice in the book. The second main reason that I decided to DNF the book was because I was actually not being able to connect a lot with the characters. Although I think they had some like deep emotions and different emotions, so to me they were not feeling very plain. At the same time, I was not able to connect with them on a deeper level, so I was having a hard time in a way understanding what they were facing. The girl, and they were giving me a lot of like, I hate you, and there's nothing to do against that, which I think it's the point of the book. But at the same time, I wanted to feel like some sort of different emotion between them, which I was starting to get, but at the same time, it was kind of annoying me. So that's why I decided to DNF. The third and last thing was the moments of sexual tension, let's say it like that. They were cringing me out so bad. Like, they were fun, they were interesting, I think they were well written, but just because I don't think at the moment I am able to like have a book or read a book with that type of tension. I have been avoiding like that type of tension everywhere, not just only on romance books, but it was hard for me to fully enjoy the book. And for the way that I was seeing, I think I was going to have that more throughout the whole book. So I decided, for my own personal reasons, for my own time, I actually decided to DNF the book, which is fine. Not DNF, I am actually soft DNFing it, because once I get better and can put up with romance again, I will actually, this is going to be the first book that I reach for when I can and want to read romance. But right now, since a few months now, I actually have been dreading reading romance. I was having such a good experience with Elsie Silver books. I actually read some other books that I really enjoyed, but then something came to my realization that was, a lot of the books that I was reading, they were using smut to compensate into other things, and sometimes a book needs to have good smut, but they also have to have a good plot story behind it. So I think it's not, I hate romance. I think I just got a little bit more critical about the types of romance that I read, and I want to see, yes, the spicy scenes are fun, the smut is fun, but I also want to see a bigger connection. I want to see like a bigger development into the book, into the characters, into their relationships, and it was something that I was not feeling that I was having into the books that I was reading, especially romance. So I unconsciously stopped gravitating towards them, and it ended up in a moment where I actually don't pick them up anymore that much. I recently read Happily Never After. I thought it was going to be a 5-star, but it ended up being a 4-star because of that same reason. I actually couldn't fully connect with all of the scenes and all of the moments in the book. But honestly, the whole point of this video is not me just talking about like I have to give you a bigger reason for why I DNF'd it, and honestly, my bigger reason is I had to prioritize my mental health and my needs and wants right now. And at the moment, I don't want to read romance. I don't need to read romance right now. I actually want to start my horror era, which is the opposite of romance, because I have been having the need to read those type of books, horror books, those that give me the chills, those that give me like that feeling that something is going to happen, and when is that going to happen. So that is what I want to know. But that is what I was lacking in like romance books. But at the point I started to feel like they were all the same and they were all like merging together in one another. I am not saying this and not saying this about any particular like author. I am just saying in general, the books that I have read so far, they have all felt very much like almost the same. I actually just am taking a bit of a more critical approach into books, not just romance books, but also books in general. I can tell you I haven't had a 5-star in almost 3 months now, which is not normal for me, because I have actually been getting more critical with the books that I've been reading. I have been wanting specific things from the books, and the books that I've been reading haven't given me that, which is fine. It's okay, and honestly, I also want to share with you the whole point and why I decided to make this video and not just give up on this series. And it was because why should we DNF and when should we DNF? So I much think, although I don't DNF very often, I much think DNF is also a form of self-care, especially in the book community. We read a lot and we don't have a lot of time, so I really think I should prioritize, and if you feel like it, you should prioritize your time with books that you really enjoy, that you really feel like reading, and stop wasting, let's say it like that, your times with books that you are not enjoying, with books that feel just kind of meh, and that you know you will not give anything higher than words that you will not give anything higher than a 3-star. I think for me, for now, my limit is going to be really like I have to enjoy books to fully read them, because other than that I don't have much time. I just started the job, I work 8 hours a day, so because I don't have that time, I really want to prioritize books that I think I will enjoy and books that I really think that will be worth my time. Not that will they or won't be worth my time, but at the moment, because it doesn't spark any type of joy, because it doesn't spark any little flame inside me, I don't think it's the right book for me, and that is fine, that is okay. And if you feel like that the book that you are reading is not the right book for you, that is also fine, and that is also okay. We have to self-preserve ourselves, our mind, and what we enjoy doing. And when that line is crossed, when you are starting to hate something that you are doing, you are not self-preserving yourself. So I just want to say, with all of this, I might have said something that didn't make any sense, but with all of this, I just want to say, take DNFs maybe into consideration. That is what I am actually going to be doing, because they are self-care, they are something that we can do. And it's sad when you buy a book that you really thought that you would love, but end up having to DNF it because you are not enjoying it, because you think when you are reading you could be doing something else. But that is the joy of being a reader, or the sad part of being a reader. Not every book will fit you, not every book will be for you, but it will be for someone else. So my final conclusion with all of this rant and why I am here talking with you is because of the book Will They or Won't They by Ava Wilder. It's not that I did not like it, I was having fun with some of the parts. The sexual tension, as I said before, was not something for me. I was very cringing. I did not enjoy that part, but the other moments, I like to know how they met each other. I actually like to know like how hard they were feeling in terms of emotions toward each other's, and it was quite interesting to me that. But at the same time, I also feel like it was not the right time to read that book, and because of that I am sadly DNFing it, or better, soft DNFing it. But I will be coming back to it soon, or at least when I can read romance again or feel like it. But for now I will be sadly DNFing the book. But that is all, I think. I said not a lot, but maybe a lot. I actually don't know. So I don't know how I feel this video. I think I like it, but let's see when I edit it. But let's just do this outro because I have been rambling here for a little bit of time and I have something else to go do. So, and this is all that I have for today's video. Honestly, nothing of this was scripted. I very much took it as a very fast forward approach, as a very out of my mind thing. I was not reading anything, I was just saying things that were coming to my mind just because, well, why not? This is what I am feeling and it is valid, my feelings. So I am just validating myself. Just putting it out there will help me feel better about DNFing this book, which is fine. Honestly, the whole point of this video was to tell you that it's fine. Even if it's a recommendation, it's fine for you to DNF books if you feel like it's not the right fit for you at the time you are reading. You might come back to it later and feel like, oh my god, this book is so good, why? This is the reason why I DNF it at that time, because I wouldn't do it justice. So that is my point with today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun, at least listening to me rambling about this. Honestly, this is a very much rambling video. If you want to do something else, it's fine, I don't mind. I just wanted to put my feelings out there and just to tell you that DNFing is fine and that I should do it more, and you should also. But saying this, friends, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button down below, and also since you are down there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you feel like chatting a little bit, maybe answer the question of, do you DNF often? And if you don't feel like chatting, let's leave a pink heart emoji, because Will They or Won't They has a pink cover. So friends, until the next time, I hope you have an amazing day, night or evening, whatever you are in the world, and I'll see you all next time with maybe some best news. So until then, friends, bye!